Welcome to Inside UKFC, the podcast. Here's your hosts, Dakota Ditcheva and Aaron AB.
Hi guys, welcome back to Inside UKFC podcast, episode number 7. I am back today, Dakota, with Aaron AB, of course. We're going to start off today announcing a few fights that we've got matched up recently since the last podcast, so I'll let Aaron introduce them for you.
First of all, I'm going to have a public apology for you being missing for the last 5 episodes.
I'm sorry guys, I am back now though, and I will not do it again.
Tell everyone where you've been.
I have currently been in America. I'm in Florida. I'm actually training for my debut on PFL next month, which I'm super excited about. So yeah, I'm in Florida at the moment.
Big news then?
Yeah, big news. I've just signed with PFL, so I'm making my debut on the 20th of August in London as well. So my first fight back home in a while, which is really nice. But yeah, I've been training hard for that.
That's good, and I've seen it's like a good card with Brendan on and everything.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of UK athletes on it actually, which is going to be really good. It's obviously nice to see. It'll be a really good show. UK MMA is really taking off at the moment, isn't it? Brendan fighting the UK as well. He's not been on it for ages. Not been in the UK for ages. So yeah, it's going to be. We've had UFC. We've got Cage Warriors as well. We've got you next weekend. And then PFL obviously, so it's on a high at the moment.
And did you got to go to the UFC as well, did you?
Yeah, I went to the Performance Institute. I got to train there, which was really good. The facilities they've got in there is crazy. So yeah, it was good. I had a good look around there. Did some training as well in the cage and stuff. And it was actually fight week for a lot of the athletes. So there was like Sugar Sean was in there training.
Oh, I remember, yeah, you put a video up of Sean Malley.
Yeah, so that was good. So it was crazy because like I'm like one of their fans, do you know what I mean? And then to train, like be training at the same time as them at the Performance Institute, it's crazy. So it's been good, yeah.
They'll be asking for your picture soon, though.
I hope so.
What colour hair did he have this fight? Purple,
yeah,
is it?
Pink,
or green?
Pink. It looked really good. Looked crazy, but it looked good.
And you went to the UFC, did you?
Yeah, I went actually. I did go, yeah. Love Emp took me, one of my sponsors, and that was like...
is that the first one you've been to?
Crazy experience. First one I've been to, yeah. First big show. And it was literally like playing a video game. It was crazy. Like, I was sat there at one point, I was thinking, I'm actually like here, do you know? It was crazy. Normally I'm watching it on TV at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was actually there. It was mad. It was surreal. Yeah,
because you get to watch them normal time now, haven't you? Which is a big advantage. Like we had, I think, the New York card was on UK time, and then obviously London was on UK time, like 2 weekends in a row, and it was well better than having to wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. to watch the fights or watch them the next day and have to stay off your phone all day. So I bet it's been good for you being in America on that time.
Yeah, and not having like a dodgy link to watch it on as well. It's just on your TV on ESPN. So it's been well better, like not stressing, like thinking you're going to miss the whole show because you're trying to find a dodgy link or something.
Don't tell all our followers you watch on a dodgy link. You have the
I know.
Pirate copy.
Well, I've gone to ESPN now. I've gone up in the world, so don't worry about it.
That's it. You're with PFL now. You don't need the dodgy links. So,
exactly.
TV license, leave her alone if you're listening.
Yeah.
No job's worth turning up. So, obviously, tonight is a big episode. That's why we've brought in the big guns and made sure you were back for this one. We're going to announce the 3 tournament draws. But before we do that, we will announce some of the other fights that we've matched on the card. Four in total that haven't been announced yet, so we can announce them and then obviously get them out on our socials as soon as possible, really. But the first one we'll go to is in the flyweight division.
Nice.
So two young athletes, Dane Bolton. 2-0 from Manchester top team.
Okay, nice.
And he will be fighting Kathleen Prediker from Sheffield Shoot Fighters. So I'm looking forward to that one. I think both 20 years of age, young fighter, obviously Dane coming in undefeated against Catalan, who's fought against some tough opponents in the UK. They're both game fighters, so definitely two to look out for the future. So that's our first fight to announce, and then our second one is in the lightweight division.
Okay.
Between Callum Mather, who we've had on the show before from Salford MMA. He's 2-1. He will be fighting Nathan Wyatt. I think that's how you say it. Don't shoot me if it's not, sorry. Who is 2-0 from Kaizen Academy. And it's the first time Nathan has been on UKFC. So again, I'm looking forward to them, both those guys making their way up the lightweight rankings.
He's lucky getting on our 20th show. A special show for his debut. Very nice.
The third fight is another two youngsters. So like these fights always excite me because they're the future and both undefeated. Both from two good gyms as well. Lewis Humphreys from Titanium MMA. He's 1-0. And he was fighting Jacob Gavin from Aspire, who's 2-0. So both undefeated, both youngsters. Looking forward to seeing them on the show, and I do think them two are going to be two to look out for the future and a potential fight in the night in that one.
Nice. It's a good match.
And the last one is the reserve fight for our welterweight tournament.
Nice.
So any of these could end up in the tournament. Obviously, if there's a pull-out before or if something happens on the night where one of them has to step up because of an injury or anything, these will be one of the two making it. Obviously, if they have to fight on the night, the winner will be going through into that final. So you never know what could happen, and it's something that we've aimed to do to get these backup fights. But the fight is between Connor Timon from Brotherhood MMA, who is 3-1. He will be taking on another Sheffield Shoot Fighters fighter in Kevin Bath, who is 3-3.
Okay.
So they're the two backups for the welterweight tournament.
Okay.
And we still need our 61 kilogram fourth man for the tournament. So if there's any 61 guys out there, give us a shout and we'll look at getting you involved. But now for the big stuff, tournament. What's the first one?
The first one we're gonna draw the flyweight first, okay? So if we can we're gonna do it on obviously an automatic kind of system that.
So Luke Burns, Christophe Gambro, Jimmy SADDIQUE, and Yannick Gauthier are four flyweights in the flyweight tournament. Tournament bracket generator by our podcast assistant Yayan, who is going to do his magic and randomly generate. So, they're good fights. They are good fights. So, bracket 1, Yannick Gauthier versus Jimmy SADDIQUE. So it's the undefeated cowbomb fighter be the more experienced Jimmy SADDIQUE in the first semi-final. And bracket 2 sees Luke Burns, who again experienced against the undefeated Christophe Gambro from Reps MMA, who is 5-0. So I spoke about this, funnily enough, when we announced these guys for the tournament, that obviously two were undefeated going into this tournament with undefeated records, and then the other two did have losses, but against experienced and tough guys, some of the best in the UKFC, which I do think can benefit in improving them for the future. So they're two good fights, with obviously the undefeated guy versus the more experienced in both categories. So I'm looking forward to them fights.
Right, so we've got the featherweights. Let's get the generator up so we can see who's fighting who.
So the 4 featherweights in the tournament: Ollie Morris, Zach Miller, Aaron Small, Kieran Roach. Let's generate it.
see.
So, the first semi-final sees Zach Miller versus Ollie Morris. And the second semi-final sees the two Liverpool guys, Aaron Small from Cowborn, going against Kieran Roach from Titanium MMA. So some good matches there. Obviously, Aaron Small from Cowborn, 6-0, takes on the undefeated Kieran Roach, and Zach Miller, who's undefeated from Combat Performance. He takes on Ollie Morris from IPC Wrexham. So some very exciting semi-finals there.
Two tough fights there, yeah.
So I'm
Very
looking forward to
exciting.
them, and we have not at the moment got a backup flight for the featherweight tournament. So that's something that we're looking to put together soon, and have guys available as backup for the tournaments. But the two very exciting finals there: the Liverpool derby, and then the Ollie Morris will take on Zach Miller in the other semi-final.
So the two tournaments that we've announced.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I do think it's for the 20th show brought that extra excitement and that extra interest in it. Even on the social media and everything, and people talking about it when I'm seeing them at other shows or coming across them. So I'm looking forward to these tournaments.
Yeah. Well, we're not done there because we've got one more. We've
one
got
more
the
to go. The
welterweights
welterweights, the big guys.
So this will be the last one. Let's see who we draw for this one.
The welterweights, the bigger than average size humans. The four we have: MALICHI Edwards, REUBEN Beresford, HASSAN HUSSAIN, Nathan Lambert. That's Generated, the new game show hosted by UKFC. Oh, so there's our brackets. Our first semi-final sees Nathan Lambert, the Welshman, will take on our current welterweight champ MALICHI Edwards, and the second semi-final bracket will see REUBEN Beresford from the MMA Academy take on HASSAN HUSSAIN.
Okay, two exciting fights there, two tough ones.
Yeah, so Nathan Lambert is just coming off a win on Extreme MMA Promotions, winning a title there. He will be competing and taking on MALICHI, who has also just come off a win on Bida. I think that takes him to 4-0, and he's our current champ. And then REUBEN Beresford from the MMA Academy, he will be fighting HASSAN HUSSAIN. So two big fights, and like I said, you never know who was hoping to prefer fight, who they were going to fight first or second. But I'm looking forward to all three of them tournaments. Obviously, our backup fight for the welterweight tournament will be Kevin Bath, as we announced earlier, facing Conor Tyman. So that's our backup one. So three big tournaments there.
I'm excited for all three of them. They've all drawn really nicely, so we're going to get some good fights out of that. I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be a great show for everyone, and some great fights on the night.
Yeah, so thank you again, guys, for listening to episode 7. Remember, like, subscribe, share, anything you can, and hopefully we'll see you on September the 17th at the show.